Hey, about to fly this drone here, FPV, right here. Emax TinyHawk 3 Plus HD freestyle, right here. And they got a monitor and goggles. You know, it's attached. Here's the for the monitor right here. This attached in there. I took it out. Comes with 2 batteries and a charger, 3 US. Plug it to a USB. There's 3 charger here. Charger's all right. Here's the goggle. It just unattached. It's like magnet, you know. Right here, it's unattached. Yeah, it could simply fall out and crack the screen, you know. I bought it yesterday, Facebook Market, $199, Huntington Beach. Met at Miles Square Park, you know. I've been around that area, fish. Yeah, this is I think this internal batteries only, you know. You got internal batteries. But this I charged the battery. It's original battery. It was empty. I charged it up. The guy gave me an extra battery because the battery was not working. The battery came with a transmitter. Plug to right here. Plug in right here. USB. Charge from the transmitter. This plugs this plug to a USB right here. I got all the hookup here in my car, you know. To record is right here. You just press the C, the middle button, the screen, record. And they have a SD card here for the memory. I think you got to insert that before you can record, but I don't know. Haven't tried to record it yet. Here's the band. Look for the looks for a channel for your camera, FPV camera. And this 2 right here, the R, I think. Power button's right here. That one right there. Power button. That A is something. But it's unattached from the goggles and it's just hooks it here. You know, pretty amazing. But I'm gonna fly a goggle mode, you know. I'm gonna just all depend on the goggles. Oh, there's people over there, the workers over there. So I'm gonna go over the field over there and look to the other side. There was a cement place I planned a long time ago to fly there. The cement platform right there. Fly some drone there. Because the blade always get caught up on the grass. The drone or the helicopter, the heli, you know, the tail blade, they always get cut up in the grass. And it wears it out faster, you know. Survive a test. This it had this beginner mode. You cannot flip it, you know. You cannot flip it. I had it on intermediate mode and expert mode. They work the same. You know, I thought it would turn and tilt more, but it just tilt all the way down, flip, you know. Beginner mode, it doesn't tilt. It doesn't tilt all the way, you know. This beginner mode is just like this. It doesn't tilt. It doesn't flip over. You know, it just goes like you know. You put on intermediate and expert, it'll flip. But the expert, I think it'll flip faster. You know, you could do rows and stuff like that, loops. You know, if you up high, you could do loops and stuff, and you could see your upright on the camera. You can flip it much as one. You know, it's not dangerous. Then you see your upright and give it throttle. You see it's going up. You know, and you just come down and land. You know, simplest way. You know, I know how to fly RC helicopter, invert, rolls, flips, whatever. You know, all kinds of stuff. In and out of invert. You know, any direction. All right, I'm about to fly this. I'm gonna depend on all the FPV goggles. You know, that's what I want to learn on. But I'm gonna fly it just on ordinary and just record it first without the FPV. I'm not gonna use the FPV goggles and record it on using the tripod, so I can get a recorder that shows that it can fly. You know, and then I'm gonna practice the FPV goggle. It takes a while to charge. You know, it takes a while. All right, I'm gonna get going. Yeah, last night I was practice charging with my 100 amp hour battery. You know, power inverter, 3000 watt, 4 volt. Practice charging it. It charged well. I charged this all the way to green, this all the way to green, and charge this was on green. That when it's charged, the lights turns off. When you plug it in, it's green. Yeah. When you charge, it's on red. When you're charging, it's on red. You know, the lights on red. And when it's charged, it turns green. You know. Charge it up with the power inverter using 100 amp hour battery. Practicing. I got 3 of them. You know, my e-bike battery, only 13 amp hour battery. You know. E-bike, 100 amp hour is far out from 13 amp hour, you know. But it's lead acid. The other one's lipo, you know. The other one's lipo battery. All right, I'm about to get going here. I'm at Bellflower and Carson. The other side's the fishing lake, Hartwell Lake. I always fish there. All right, there's workers over there. I'm go over there and face down that way. You know, I was trying to buy some keys for my car. You know, you got to turn the ignition on to charge. Leave the ignition on to charge any stuff in here. And I have a battery meter there, right there. Shows, you know, keep track how much battery I got. It does run out. It was like 50 and below. I gotta start it and run the alternator, you know, for just for a few minutes. And it goes up to about 70, 80. Ace Hardware, they want $100 for the keys and 100 something. There's another type. Walmart is $199. The machine that makes keys, $199. $199. You know, it's type in the car year and the make, you know. $199 at Walmart. It just came from there. Ace Hardware was like the cheapest one's like $99. All right, about to get going. Right here. Got the Emax TinyHawk 3 Plus. Hey, what's happening? About to fly up here somewhere. There's workers out here. But this is the baseball field. Oh man. I want to fly. I think I gotta fly it here. I don't know if I want to fly in the baseball field. Maybe right here. But the grass is kind of tall. There's that ground spot right there. It was flying in the baseball field over there at I think the track field or the baseball field. Or the Centennial Park, I think. Oh, here's a spot right there. Yeah, nobody's using this, and this is a flat ground right here. See a flat ground? Put a tripod and just fly a little bit, you know, show that you could fly. Oh, I forgot. I found my tripod. All right, here it is. You can see the drone is bind to the goggles right here. See that? I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's bind the drone. Yeah, I'm gonna fly it with the goggles. I need to practice. You know, right here, I need to practice. And just come out here and use it as a monitor. That just goes right here. You know, I had an attachment. You know, you can sort of see it all right. It's difficult. I'm just gonna show that it can fly, you know. All right, it's got a crazy throttle that cannot be trimmed down. You can get messed up really fast. Just to show that it can fly. Trimming is crazy. I gotta remember center of gravity, you know, CG. The throttle is crazy. The blades just keep on spinning. That's every level of you getting messed up. Stuff like that cannot happen, you know. The blade cannot be spinning. Only when the throttle's up. There's no need for it, you know. It's flying many different drones, helis. Oh. Haven't flown for a while. You know, I could fly RC heli. Goose Sky S1, the Ishin 150, you know, I was flying it, invert. All right, I gotta hit the switch on it. It's just crazy. You know, you gotta hit the switch, you turn it off, you know, it's just crazy. All right, I'm gonna fly with the FPV. Yeah, it's just way too difficult, you know. FPV, let's see where it's going. You know, it doesn't look like it was way out, going way out where I was at. Oh man, hope it ain't broken. Yeah, the FPV is really difficult. Can't really see how high it is. Trying to read the numbers, how high it is. You just a little bit, just boom, as we go way up 2-story high, and drift way out. Can't really see. It's really difficult. It's FPV. Oh man, it's more difficult than I thought. But any difficult stuff, once you just get a little idea of it, it just goes smooth, you know. I think I see the altitude, some numbers there. I gotta watch the number on the altitude so I can keep the throttle level, you know. And I can see from there that it's the main stuff is the altitude, how high it's going. It just goes 2-story high right away. You know, I just have the goggles on top of my forehead. Then I fly it, then I put the goggles on and I just see from there, you know. It's really difficult. Yeah, survive a flight. I think, you know, main stuff is the altitude numbers is on the screen. See the altitude? I see some numbers there. But it just, I can't really control the throttle on the numbers. I just watch that and you won't have any problem. You see the altitude? From there, it's right away, you know, see the altitude. Oh, it's just really difficult. Yeah, about run out of battery, survived it. All right, but to charge the battery up, it's like a long way from watching people fly. But you watch the altitude on the screen, the numbers, and you'll be all right, you know. And level it, you know. Then acro mode is just crazy, you know. I think you watch the leveler, how it's leveling, you know. Watch the screen. I haven't seen it on the screen. how it's level or not. You know, it has a numbers on it. You know, like aircraft, aircraft video game. You know, and you just flip it. You know, it's a long way from there. You know, to fly like that. I just gotta survive a flight. Watch the number, watch the altitude, survive a flight, get all the basic in. Do that, then do that on acro mode. Acro mode, you know, it's difficult. I think I like this switch. The blade keeps spinning here. I like the switch here better. You know, flying a goose sky, I move the switch around. You know, the switch for invert, I move it around because I can't reach it fast enough. Ishi 150 fly autos in and out of invert. I think it's a long way from how people fly. It's a long way to fly like that, but it's simple. Shouldn't take that long. Do all the basic, you know, on self-stabilizing mode, beginner mode, you know, intermediate and advanced. Those are self-stabilizing mode, you know. Do the basic turn and just a leveling, you know. And when you're up high, you can flip it much as you want. Then you can see that it's level. You know, you up high, nothing gonna happen to you. You can see that's level. Then you put throttle in and just go up. You won't crash. You know, that's why I used to have an RC airplane. All right. Yeah, you need a lot of room to fly. Yes, just keep drifting away. But one of the top stuff you should be able to do is remove your pull your goggle up to your forehead back and forth while you're flying. You should be able to do that, you know. Move your goggle back and forth from the forehead to the eye, you know. If you can do that back and forth, you could another level of surviving a flight. Oh, this is just like really pretty far out from what you see how people fly. The screen is sort of clear, not that clear. You gotta do some more adjustment. Maybe switch it to HD, probably you could. Hey, I'm like at every level of X heli, you know, fundamental flying, you know, invert, in and out, invert. Goose Sky S1, Ishin 150, you know, and some other one. This is like really difficult, you know, but it flies the same. Has the same function, you know. It's just difficult. Okay, here's how I'm charging it. Right here, plugging it to here. Here the battery, the USB, charging it to battery, and the monitor battery, right? Charging it, plug it to here, and the transmitter batteries being charged here. So I got that plug up to here, USB, the car ignition right here, plugs to that, the cigarette lighter here. Yeah, I hope it don't take too much power. Here's the monitor the my car battery, the drones here, 2-gauge wire right there, negative, the red wire negative, black wire positive. See, I clipped it on to there, to monitor the battery from the car, and clipped it on over there. I have the switch here to switch it on, the two wire. It's off. It's clipping on the other side. I charged my 100 amp hour battery with that. It can only pump like 50%, you know. It can only pump 100 amp hour battery like 50%. I can't charge it past 50%, you know. But you know, the 100 amp hours like 80, 90%, 70%, it'll charge it. It'll keep it going up, you know. But somehow it was on empty. Can't really pump it up past 50%. You can do a lot with 50%. Yeah, the other X heli that I've flown, I bought like 2 of them. The WL Toy Power Star X1. you know. I was flying it over at Hartwell Lake, over down that area. Flying it for years, you know. It takes so long to just to get to an invert level, in and out invert, you know. But the Goose Sky S1 and the Eachine 150, when you go to invert, you switch the invert out of invert. If you in invert, it comes out of invert and then goes back to flight. You put the throttle up. If you go out of control, you put the switch on stabilizing mode and it go right back into control. That's what's so great about the new helicopter, you know. That's why you can get to a level really fast. They got the switch. You go out of control, it goes stabilizing mode, you know. You're on acro mode. And this is just so fun. I can just see the level. It don't take long. It shouldn't take long. You just gotta watch the altitude number, you know. And I gotta find where to watch the leveling number. It shows if the drone is level, how level it is. You know, when you fly in acro mode, you need that, you know. You're up high, you see how level it is. Forward, backward, you know. Right, left, you know. See how level it is. Just watch the number. Like the video game. I don't know if it got it on here. I don't know. I gotta check it. But I seen the altitude number. I seen it already. Pretty great. All right, I think that's all I got to show. That's about it. They're gonna fly the drone here. Yeah, the drone here. I heard the goggle is already charged, you know, and the transmitter is already charged. See, the light is green. The battery takes a long time because it was drained. Yeah, so I plugged my phone in here, my device in here. There, got my other device plug and got my two Bluetooth speaker plug. You don't use a lot of battery. Right there, the battery meter right there. 74. When you drop to like 50, you gotta start the car for a few minutes. 3 to 4 minutes probably, then it goes back to 70, 80 again. I think I'm gonna have the monitor plugged to here. I don't know. I wanna practice, see if I can spot the altitude, you know. Take the monitor out of the goggle and see if the, what do you call it? The how straight it is, you know, forward, backward, right, left. You know, see if I can spot that. They're gonna be fishing right here. Park here and fish. My fishing license there. But catfish bait. I was looking for the carp bait. Couldn't find it. Cannot find the carp bait. Bought some hooks. Triple hooks, 25. It's like a $6+. And torpedo. Got 8 of them. And got a 1-ounce sinker. The circular one, 1-ounce sinker. Packs of I don't know, a lot, 16 of them. Bought the catfish bait at Walmart. Walmart don't have any plastic bag anymore. I don't know what happened. They gone crazy. They only have paper bag. What happened to all the bags? Just bought this at Walmart, about $4 and plus tax. Real best catfish bait. Charlie Blood B. Captain Charlie Bait Company. Iowa. Okaloosa, Iowa. That's from other state here. I have never bought this before. I've seen some carp bait before, but it's not there anymore. It's dough. This is great. You could close it They had the one in the bag. It don't have a zipper, you know. Once you open it, it just stays open. It's great stuff right here. I'm gonna use bread for some carp and bait this with the other pole. Try to catch some mullets with this, with the feathers and the zebra perch. I was getting it on the St. Gabriel River, you know, the Edison power plant area, the water flow. I got this. The silver hook works great. The big one. Here's 2 big hooks. And some more. All right, just load it up. Got every gear. I get out there and fish whatever, do whatever I want to do. The fly thrown in acro mode, you know, practice acro mode. Use the monitor, you know. I'm already like pro in acro mode. It flies just like a helicopter. Every function is exactly the same. All right. Yeah, it gets pretty messy, but it wipes out right away, you know. You have water over there, oh, just come right out. You know what it smell like? It smell like some Asian ingredient. Yeah, it smells like some kind of food that I ate, you know. Some Asian type of food, you know. Things like smell like sort of like some sort of fish. All right, I'm gonna use bread for the other pole. 12-pound line right here. This dough is really nice, and you close it up. I'm gonna put a bag around it so it doesn't evaporate. If it evaporate, if it get hard, it's useless, you know. And you could probably moisten it up by putting water. I don't know. All right, here. Really big bait for the small hook. The assorted eagle claws, a small one, medium. This was large, and some other large eagle claw hook. Yeah, I had this over there. I'll be in the car watching it, relaxing in the car. Yeah, I tied a 2-hook rig yesterday. I was gonna fish over there. I didn't got a chance to fish it yet. Brand new, tied it. 1 ounce weight here. Be right over there. I think I can see the post from here. All right, got a nice chance to catch some fish. I caught the biggest catfish here and the biggest carp here. Big. All right, the monitor, I just took it out of the goggles right here. And the transmitter is right here. It just slips on like this. You know, I screwed this on here to the monitor. You can tilt it, whatever, do whatever, you know. It's all right, it's not that bright. Let's try if I can spot, I just spot the altitude, how high it is. See if I can spot the leveling on the screen. I'm gonna fly it acro mode, you know, expert, intermediate, expert. Fly on that, practice that. You can't really fly FPV right here, but could, you know, take it off and on with the you know, you have it on, and take it off to the forehead and put it back where you're looking, you know, back and forth. You can fly little by little, you know. FPV, you can fly, but it's really difficult. You need a lot of room. Gotta get a little bit more advanced, then you can fly in a like small area, but that is just so big, you know. See people fly in the room and stuff, you know. That's like really far out, but it don't take long. Should be at that level pretty soon. Just ordinary flight, you know. Yeah, the battery really barely charged up. I think I had to put on plug up another faster USB, another part. Barely charge up. Can't really see any modes on this, you know. The altitude and stuff, can't really see it. It was flying on acro mode, intermediate, and hover it, try to trim it, and it just ran out of battery. Yeah, press record here, or it said no SD card. Using this glass here, 3.5. I just bought it. I broke one of it already. This part here broke. Broke one of it already. Try to look in on this. Yeah, the drone turned on and the motor was stuck. One was stuck right here. And I hope it ain't broken. One of them wasn't spinning. Hope it ain't broken. It was like this, and it thing got burnt, you know. That would be messed up if it break that simple. Yeah, I think this drone is probably burned out a motor. I don't know. It turned on, and the motor was stuck on sort of like this. One of it, and it spin. Three would spin, and one of it didn't spin. I think it had burned out. Something's not happening. I tried to charge it like close to 15 minutes, and I didn't get that much power. Yeah, nothing is on this pole. Man, I think I burned out the drone motor. It was spinning. It turned on the switch, and it just hit one of the stuff, and it couldn't spin. Then I think one of the motors burned out. Seemed like all the electronics went crazy after that. I don't know. It happened in the car. I don't know. Ooh, catfish dough bait is great. It didn't dissolve off. You know, like the bread, it dissolves, but didn't get any bites. All right, throw it back in there. Okay, the catfish bait, the bait has come off. I think it dissolves like it usually do. Bait it and throw back out. All right, the bread. That bait is great. It doesn't dissolve. You know, that catfish dough bait. They had some carp one. I don't see it anymore. I went to two Walmart store. Was it Paramount Carson and right here. There's 605. All right, about to get out of here. I think the Emax TinyHawk 3 drone is broken. The motor has burned out on the side. In the car, when it turned on by itself, when I use the switch, it hit us. When the motor hit one of the stuff that didn't make it spin, then it burned out, I think. Maybe. I don't know, I gotta wait. But seems like that just seems like all the electronic has burned out. I tried to turn it on. Seems like all the electronic has burned out too. I don't know, it was working fine. Yeah, I snagged something down there, but all the catfish dough bait has came off. Yeah, I pulled it. It felt like a big hooked at something. Probably a bunch of seagrass in there. Bunch of grass, water grass. Still bread bait on this one. All right, I think that's it. That's it for today. Cruise around and see what around the park, see what people are catching. My e-bike's in the car. I don't know if I want to ride it today.